In case you lost track of what day it is indeed Friday. What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ2 Swoosh Chains, and I'm actually rocking the 2 swoosh shirt and all these chains. I really hope they don't become distracting or make a whole lot of noise in this video. But let's just get started because I will keep it short and sweet. Although we may not formally have lots to do based on what we would normally do in our everyday previous status quo lives, I'm sure some of you still have some things to go do. So I want you to go about them. But with this video today, let's just talk about the fact that every single business decision you make has consequences. And I don't mean you have to be the owner of an LLC or an actual brick and mortar business or even e-commerce business, right? You yourself, you always have to think about you as a brand, as a business. And I don't mean brand in the sense that everybody's trying to sell you on something in relation to them, but the fact that how you carry yourself, how you act, there are consequences to all of that, but also as a creator, there are going to be consequences for every decision that you make. So that may be who you choose to associate with, who you choose to align with, who you choose to promote, generate business deals with, relationships, contracts, things of that nature. And if they don't become something that works out either in your favor or overall for both parties, just understand like those can have consequences based on how they may be navigated by both of you. There are also consequences for how you choose to matter or handle very, very serious and sensitive matters. So just an example, pay attention right now with everything going on in the world. How are big corporate brands, businesses, and leadership handling, more importantly, the people versus just the situation? Because really letting everyone know that we put people first ahead of profit, ahead of the bottom line, you know, our own self-interest, that says a lot. I'm not saying businesses don't need to protect themselves, because they do, but there are some companies right now where they are showing you where their focus is, where their compassion is, and they are empathetic to everything going on with their employees. This is not their problem, you know, that they caused. It's not of any fault of their own that they are unable to report to the workplace, and they may just be facing some very stressful and uncertain times. Everyone is, all of us are right now, but there are some companies that are handling it far better than others. I don't really want to name names, but there are some that are, they are a very prominent power player in all of this, and the way in which they've chosen to handle some things, it's a disappointment. And it doesn't have to be a disappointment based on the fact that you really rock with that brand versus another. Just the fact that at the end of the day, it's about people, it's about kindness, it's about empathy. And if you start to lack those as a business, what are you doing? And yes, in the boardroom, you need to be cutthroat, you need to be a monster, you need to be a beast. I get that, but that's not what this is right now. We are all in uncharted territory, and businesses need to keep that in mind. Just like you don't know what's going on, you are at least in a better position than your part-time or your full-time employee who is looking at their family and trying to figure out how are they going to make it day to day. All right, so just pay attention, because there are some companies right now that are acting in a manner that I really support. I really think is commendable, and please, just once you see how companies are acting, keep that in mind once all of this is passed, because I think they need to be held accountable for that. I'm not saying you have to strike a company, but just be aware of how they chose to navigate this time. For example, like I've seen posts, because I follow people that they are full-time and fully employed by Lululemon, and I know that they are actively supporting and paying their employees through this time. I think even possibly like through end of May or early June. So that's an amazing thing to see. I love it. I know that I think it's like Texas Roadhouse, their CEO is not taking a salary right now to make sure that his employees are being paid during this difficult time. So every business decision you make, it will have a consequence. And a consequence is really, I think of it more as just like an outcome. It doesn't always have to be bad, but there will be a consequence for your action, and it is on you. I'm not saying you won't make a mistake. I've made mistakes in certain things. There are certain actions I've taken where I think I did the right thing. It may not have resulted in the outcome that I wanted, but there's nothing I can do about that, right? That's outside of my control. If it's based on another individual and their actions, their perceptions, and their beliefs and what they feel about it, then there's nothing I can do. All I can do is stay true to the decision that I made, and I have to move forward. And that's exactly what you're going to have to do, whether you're an individual, just a brand with a platform that's on social media, you run an e-commerce business, or you have a brick and mortar business, okay? Every business decision will matter. So always remember that. Always act with integrity. Always act in a way where you will happily get up and explain the reasoning behind your actions and feel no type of way about them. All right. So as always, act your age, not your shoe size. Please have an amazing weekend. Peace.